All right, guys. So had a couple call outs as far as how to get to Desmos. So if you type in Desmos.com, you should end up at this screen that you see on the left. And then I will make it a little bit small. Well, probably leave it. Hopefully you can see all the things. So graphing calculator is what you're going to use because we're wanting to graph the inverse functions. So this would be the function line number 1 that I spoke to in today's assignment, and then function line number 2, and then you can go down to 3 and keep adding functions. So if I was to use this equation and I want to solve for its inverse, we are going to switch this to a y. And then from there, our first step is to switch the x and y all together. So that's going to be x equals 3y minus 9. Sorry for my mouse handwriting. And now we're going to solve for y. So we're going to add 9 to both sides. So that's going to leave me with x plus 9 equals 3y. We need to get the y alone, so we're going to then divide by 3 on both sides. The whole thing divided by 3. This side divided by 3 because that's 3 times y, so division is the inverse. And this could be written as x plus 9 over 3 in one bundle as such, or it could be written as 1/3 x, because this is a linear, plus, and then 9 divided by 3 can actually be reduced, because 9 divided by 3 is 3 equals y. So that would be written, also the notation is f of negative 1 x. That just means that it is the inverse of the previous, and then your 1/3 x plus 3. So to put that in Desmos, we're going to put the first one, so 3x minus 9, so 3x minus 9, and it has it red, so we're perfect, that's one color. And then we're going to do 1/3 x plus 3. So ideally they should be mirroring. Now, my screen is not full, it's not proportionate, so it's a little skewed to the upper side. But we're going to put in the y equals x, and you may or not be able to see the numbers. See if I can make this bigger. So at this rate, everything should mirror along this y equals x. So for your assignment, you need to have 3 different colored lines. This line needs to be present, and you really want to keep doing this assignment until they are a mirror image of each other. So inverse, you should have maybe done it in math 2, and they might not have called it the same thing, but when it flipped over the x equals y and reflections, when you're doing triangles and such, your coordinates switch. So here I have, this is 3, 0, so its inverse would be 0, 3. So these two are reflections of each other over the x equals y. And that's how inverse functions show themselves on a graph, like graphically. This is not going back the way I wanted to fast enough without making a mess. Sorry, guys. Okay, so then I left one more example. So if you got it, you're good. Sign out. If not, here's one more example. So again, the first step is to turn that f of x into y, because that is y. F of x is the same thing as y. Then you're going to flip your x and y. So x equals y plus 4 divided by 2. We need to get this y by itself, but anything in the denominator is always a problem to begin with. So we're going to multiply both sides by 2, because that is everything divided by 2, and that's the inverse of division. So these guys are gone. And now we have 2x equals y plus 4. Again, our goal is to get y by itself. So we're going to subtract 4 from both sides, because that's the inverse of that addition. And whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side. So now we should have 2x minus 4 equals y. Or again, it could be written as f of negative 1 x. And again, that's just stating that it is the inverse of your original f of x. And then have 2x minus 4. So this is where you're going to check it. So we're going to go back and clear these guys out. I'm going to leave my y equals x. And then we're going to type in x plus 4 divided by 2, because that's the given function we have. And now we're hoping that we solved it correctly and that 2x minus 4 is its inverse. So if I blow this bad boy back up, we can pick a point. So here it's 2, 0. So its inverse should be 0, 2. And those are reflections across the x equals y. So I have a 0, negative 4. So I should also have a negative 4, 0. And so you can zoom in on your screen, hopefully, and see the numbers better if you can't see them on mine. But that is your assignment for today, and you have another one for tomorrow doing the same thing. All right, guys.